channel.
Hey, you know what time it is, No Press fam? Welcome everyone to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment and channel where two worlds collide. I am your host, Class. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy our content, you know what you guys can do. You can share, you can like, or you can subscribe to our channel. When you guys subscribe to our channel, you know what you do. You guys are building our empire and allowing us to provide you guys with even much more greater content for you guys to enjoy. All right. And today we are celebrating our 3rd year anniversary. That's right. We've done this for 3 years. Our 3rd year anniversary here at the No Pressure channel. We started at November 1st, 3 years ago. And this is, now we're here. So we want to thank all our supporters, our 300 plus subscribers. And if we continue to get our subscribers growing, we can provide more and greater content for you guys. That's the truth. Like, you guys already are enjoying Iron Rounds, Who Said It, The Beatdown. We want to give you guys more. So if we get more subscribers in the future, I do believe that we'll be down the road. We'll be able to give you guys even greater content. We'll be able to shift our career paths to this direction rather than have to focus on other things. So that's something to look forward to. So thank you guys, all the love, No Press fam. Thank you guys, appreciate it. So in honor of you guys, we decided, hey, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to change a few things up here at the channel. And last year and the year before that, we celebrated the No Pressure channel episodes with like maybe just one episode for a day or for the week. But we decided this year we're going to do you guys even a solid. We're going to give you an entire month of really great episodes in honor to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary here at the No Pressure channel. So thank you guys. In honor of you guys, hopefully you guys enjoy all the great content we're going to put out this month. Moving on, we've been dealing with a lot of copyright issues. So we decided we're going to try to shift our background videos to a more better, visually stunning editing rather than actually get to deal with actual video from animated series movies, because we don't want to have to keep dealing with these copyright issues, right? So we want to give a special shout out to a particular person, Comic Historian on YouTube, because we're going to be using the background videos from that in order to provide you guys a visual while we're making our arguments and so on and so forth. So let me just do this real quick for you guys. Shout out to Comic Historian on YouTube for the background video. We're not working together, but I like to give credit where credit is due. So check out his channel to hear comic stories come to life through amazing visual editing and stunning performing voice acting you gotta see for yourself. Show some love and support the channel as well. Let me kind of bring you guys up to speed. If you guys aren't aware, a couple months back we had a May event. It was called May Event 2023. It's called ME23 if you want to look up that playlist of all great videos we put out there. Anyways, in this event we had you guys, the voters, decide who would go in what type of category, so on and so forth. In one category we had a champion match. Me and Mr. J put out our champions for you guys to vote on. You guys picked particular characters and then we defended both arguments for those characters. I was representing Dr. Manhattan from DC Comics, and Mr. J was representing Franklin Richards from Marvel Comics. And we made our argument. Both of us made some compelling arguments, and at the end you guys could decided on TikTok who won through the voting polls, and ultimately you decided, and the winner was Dr. Manhattan, my champion. So now I am currently the ME champion, which is the May event champion. So I'm representing today my champion, and I figured why not put him against someone very interesting in this category, because both of them have some really cosmic level power-ups. So I'll be representing my champ today, DC Comics' own Dr. Manhattan. I'm gonna put this down because obviously I can't be wearing this the whole time while I'm doing this. Gotta read my notes. Let's get into the brief origin story of Dr. Manhattan, shall we? Dr. Manhattan, before he became the blue cosmic being, he was just a 30-year-old man who was hired to do research and experiments focusing on intrinsic field experiments. The test was designed to prove whether or not matter was held together by anything other than the basic laws of physics. During that time, he was dating someone and wanted to fix a watch of hers that he couldn't seem to fix for some reason. Random, I know, but the watch would later play a part in his transformation. One night, he left his coat in the experimental chamber, and when he went to retrieve it, the door on the chamber locked and he couldn't get out. His fellow scientist and girlfriend attempted to get him out, but it was hopeless, and instead had to witness his demise. The scientist did, but his girlfriend just left because she couldn't see it. She didn't want to see that. It was terrifying for her. The machine is about to do its thing, and all John could do was look at the watch that he couldn't fix. As the machine goes on, it rips John apart into a molecular level to the point where his entire body just ceased to exist. They thought he was dead, but it turns out months later John was coming back to life, forming his body little by little until after a while his body finally formed, but not to the man he once was, but to a sort of godly blue version we all know today as Dr. Manhattan. He got his name as an inspiration from the Manhattan Project that sparked the atomic bomb. And that's a brief origin story of Dr. Manhattan. Alright, now Beth. Powers, abilities, and feats. We're going to be talking same Beth for a month, so you guys get familiar with it, and then after that we're just going to move on and just say it as a natural thing. But anyways, moving on. According to www.cbr.com, powers, abilities: flight, resurrection, super strength, construction, space travel, teleportation, growth, replication, disintegration, time travel. And according to Ivan the Unstoppable on YouTube, here are his feats. Warped reality to bring back Superman's biological father. He can end everything. Yeah. Disintegrate Owlman and Metron, absorbing Guy Gardner's ring and then eliminating the ring entirely without breaking a sweat. Was attacked by magical beings such as Etrigan, Satana, Dr. Fate, Swamp Thing, and etc. And even though he was not familiar with magic, he learned quickly during their battle and mastered it at that moment. Yeah. Can make water out of nothing on Mars and even provide oxygen shields for humans to breathe in the environment. He can create disruption deep within the temporal natural structure of the timeline. He can see past, present, and future, analyzing supernovas. During the Flashpoint, Dr. Manhattan was able to remove 10 years of history just because he can. He can be on Earth and Mars at the same time. His power is beyond Minty, who is the fifth dimensional being. He experienced a reboot and wasn't affected by it. Is everywhere in the universe and in time and at the same time. Minty said he wouldn't want to take on Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, created an alternate timeline where he didn't get into the machine and lived a happy normal life, matching the same levels as Perpetua, who is the mother of the multiverses. Okay, bounces Shazam's lightning bag, stopped Starfire's attack. He's the quantum observer. He can blast infinite universes. Alright, so let's get into the end game. I do apologize if my voice seems a little raspy or something like that. I do have some allergies and it's been kind of bothering me for the past couple days, so bear with me, folks. So let's talk about the end game. Dr. Manhattan does have some tricks up his sleeve. For example, he has a lot more going for him when it comes to bringing out a weapon out of thin air, considering he can do anything out of thin air, whatever environment he's in. Silver Surfer usually uses his board and such, and energy blasts is coming out of his hands. But when it comes to Dr. Manhattan, he can actually just probably bring some out of the Earth. He could bring some out of the planet. He could use it and turn it into something else. So he has a lot of weapons in his disposal and variety of options to kind of either restrain or slow down Silver Surfer at a moment's notice. Now, another thing I'll argue is that Silver Surfer only has a small fraction of Galactus's power, and that small fraction is no small potatoes, but let's be fair, only having a small fraction against Dr. Manhattan, who makes the fifth dimensional character shake in his boots, and he can hold his own against Perpetua, it's not going to be, I believe, not enough to take on Dr. Manhattan. He might be able to hold his own, fight him toe to toe, maybe put a little dent here and there, but when it comes down to it, I do believe Dr. Manhattan just has a lot more power up. He has his full might compared to Silver Surfer, who only has a little might. Like I said before, Minsty himself, the fifth dimensional, I hope I'm saying his name right, hopefully I'm not butchering it, but the fifth dimensional being himself doesn't even want the smoke. If a fifth dimensional being doesn't want the smoke from Dr. Manhattan, what chances does Silver Surfer have? I mean, I don't think he faces fifth dimensional beings. He's fought a lot of really tough characters, don't get it twisted. But fifth dimensional beings, no, don't think that's happened yet. Maybe I'm wrong. Leave it down in the comment section below. I could be proven wrong. I don't mind. All right. Another thing to think about is that Dr. Manhattan can be in two places or several places at once in the universe, even in timelines. So, theoretically and hypothetically speaking, Dr. Manhattan could just throw down with Silver Surfer and bring another part of himself to go travel back in time and stop, hopefully I'm saying his name, Rad from getting the Silver Surfer power, the cosmic power from Galactus, because he has messed with timelines before, so I do believe he could mess with Silver Surfer's timeline. He can get into his universe and ruin his thing. With Dr. Manhattan keeping him occupied, Silver Surfer's not going to have enough time to stop whatever Dr. Manhattan's going to do. Even if, let's say, Silver Surfer has a cosmic awareness of what's going down, there's no way he's going to be able to travel fast enough while Dr. Manhattan is also, keeping him occupied. Just no way. One, Dr. Manhattan, it's stopping his time, and another one getting in his way. Nah, no way. And the last one I'll make is pretty much the wild card, because there's not really much you can say about Silver Surfer and Dr. Manhattan. Both can travel back in time, both have cosmic power abilities, so on and so forth. I do believe that Dr. Manhattan just has a tad bit more to a step up. He'd be much more harder for Galactus to throw down with, but as far as Silver Surfer, I do believe, no, there's really not that exact comparison. But wild card wise, let's say Dr. Manhattan can't put Silver Surfer down. I think that he could just end everything like he has before in the comics. He did wipe out at one point in the comics, completely pitch black everything access, and then he brought everything back the way he wanted to. So if he theoretically wanted to, he could wipe out Silver Surfer off the pages and then bring himself back and just leave Silver Surfer permanently obsolete or out completely, and there gets the W, and my champion wins this one. And I'll be representing Marvel Comics' own Silver Surfer. Alright, here's a brief origin story. Let's get into the brief origin story of the Silver Surfer. Shall we? Silver Surfer. Ugh, it's like a mouthful for me. Norrin Rad was a peaceful scientist living on a planet called Zenla, which was a place where no crimes or illness would exist thanks to their advanced technology. One day, Galactus shows up to consume Rad's world. Rad makes a deal with Galactus. If he spared his planet, he would become his servant for all time and find planets he can devour that aren't filled with life. Galactus grew tired of always searching, so he agreed to Rad's deal and gave him a small fraction of his power so that he can transform him as the cosmic being we all know as the Silver Surfer. And that is the brief origin story of the Silver Surfer. Alright, BAF, powers, abilities, and feats. Let's get into it. According to www.cbr.com, powers, abilities: durability, super strength, energy projection, healing and creating life, telepathy, matter manipulation, light speed, cosmic awareness, time travel. His weapon of choice, the board, capable of traveling faster than the speed of light, shapeshift into a weapon, and even trap someone into it. Here are his feats according to Ivan the Unstoppable on YouTube. Binded himself to a planet and saved it from dying. Burns the ozone layer to increase his power. Blasted away 2 meteors. Had a planet form around him entirely made of rocks, and he managed to break out of it. When a star is about to die, he can use his power to bring it back to life. He can produce nukes by himself. Burn brighter than 10 suns, knocking out the Thing. Fight toe-to-toe with Loki. Burn through the Stranger's shields. Powerful enough to build cities or destroy worlds. He can blast through vibranium. He can create black holes, mass usually 3 to 10 solar masses. Fighting off the Hulk, has several nukes thrown at him at once, and it didn't put him down at all. Didn't even phase him. Fight against Power Stone Thor. He can cure Bruce Banner from the Hulk gamma radiation, he fought 2 cosmic gods and defeated them by using, this is one of the impressive feats, the Big Crunch, which, to simplify, is the reverse bang. Harness the energy from that to defeat the 2 gods. Okay, but it took a lot out of him, but to be fair, you know, Galactus had his back there. Absorbed energy from the Fire Lord, absorbed Icarus and Eternal. Can absorb a star, and with his power up, he can rush right through planets or moons without going around it. An alien starship attempted to use an energy blast to wipe the Silver Surfer out. Instead, the Silver Surfer used the energy being shot at him, stored it into his body, and combined it with his to rekindle the sun. Gets attacked by a Unilord and throws the blast back 1,000,000 times stronger, wiping out his solar system. Trapped Carnage as a statue, battled ice giants, trapped the Human Torch in cosmic form, create oxygen bubbles around the Super Skrull. He can create a universe antibody. He made Stormbreaker, fought a clone of himself, fought off Abomination, Warrior 1, who had the gravitational pull of an entire planet swinging at Surfer, and still couldn't put him down. Take blast from Ego the Living Planet. Stand the pressure of a black hole. Rogue couldn't absorb him. Fought inside a black hole itself. Surpassed the speed of light. Defeated an opponent one time by traveling into the future and leaving him there. Time travel to previous universes. Trapped people inside his board. Sword fight Null. Fight it out with gladiators. Search through an entire galaxy in seconds. Had an entire sun thrown onto him and was able to throw it back. Yeah, that was when Deadpool tried that on him. And that is his abilities. At the end game. Let's do the Psych Out game. If Silver Surfer could get Dr. Manhattan to throw all the nukes at him, and Dr. Manhattan thinks he blew him up, and Silver Surfer is like he thinks he's out of existence, I do believe that Silver Surfer could surprise Dr. Manhattan with a real super fast speed and throw the sun at him. Since he was able to throw the sun back at somebody, I do believe he could throw the sun at somebody. So Dr. Manhattan's strong, but I mean, the sun being thrown at you might do some damage, especially if you don't see it coming. Another thing is, I would think Silver Surfer should bring Galactus in his corner in case he needs him to juice him up, you know, give him more power during the time they're fighting, because obviously Dr. Manhattan is a multiverse level threat. And Silver Surfer is not there yet, but Galactus kind of is. So if Galactus is there, he's getting pretty much his charger while he's the battery. As long as he keeps fighting and using Galactus to charge him up, he can continue throwing more and more at Dr. Manhattan. Eventually something's gonna stick, right? Another thing to consider is if Silver Surfer wanted to, he could probably just take Dr. Manhattan to his element of where he's more experienced in, and I would think the black hole. Now, Silver Surfer has fought in black holes, but I don't believe Dr. Manhattan has. So there is a argument to be said, or maybe he's only fought very few. So I would say Silver Surfer is more experienced in the black hole department and fighting in it compared to Dr. Manhattan. So if they were to fight in that situation, I do believe that Silver Surfer just needs to apply enough pressure to get Dr. Manhattan out for the count in that element if he really wanted to. That would probably be one of the best options. Points I'll make also is that I do believe Silver Surfer is faster. He's faster than the speed of light. Dr. Manhattan is impressive. You know, he can teleport here and there in a matter of moments here and there, but I do believe Silver Surfer has shown time and time again his speed is incredible. So I do believe he could avoid attacks or getting a severe shot from Dr. Manhattan, which means he'll buy him enough time not to have to worry so much about getting a dent on him, but to figure out ways to strategize against how to put this big guy down. Now, here is the wild card. I do believe that Silver Surfer, in the comics, he fought 2 gods. He could do the Big Crunch, meaning that he could do the reverse bang, Big Bang, which means if he wanted to, he could use that against Dr. Manhattan. Now, there's a 50-50 shot Dr. Manhattan could make it, considering the fact that in the comics he's survived Anti-Monitor's anti-waves, but this is the reverse Big Bang being thrown at you. I do believe that's a lot to take on, so that's a lot of force. So if that were to be applied to Dr. Manhattan, I do believe it's got to put some kind of severe damage or dent to the guy. There's no way he can manage a powerful force like that without feeling something on it, right? So Silver Surfer could most likely use the Big Bang, reverse Big Bang, or the Big Crunch to throw at Dr. Manhattan as his last Hail Mary to wild card, and probably put Dr. Manhattan, at least if he doesn't wipe him out of existence, he can at least put him down for the count. Now, you're probably thinking, well, okay, but Silver Surfer's going to be down for the count too. Granted, that's true, but at least you can say that Silver Surfer put Dr. Manhattan down before he went down. Because technically, Silver Surfer is still alive, and Dr. Manhattan, at least he'll be KO, and that's still considered a victory on that end, and giving the W to the Silver Surfer, and yeah, claiming victory on this end. But as always, No Press fam, it's not up to me. It's up to you guys. So if you guys liked either one of my arguments, you know what you can do? You can either hashtag the Silver Surfer, or you can hashtag my champion, Dr. Manhattan. As always, No Press fam, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.